Hi all, glad to have you back. All right, everyone, grab a seat, settle in. I know, you're all buzzing to dig into these level 2 upgrades, but before we dive right into the details, let me take a second to thank our fantastic commenters and subscribers. Honestly, your insights are the lifeblood of this campaign. We're all excited to roll into some new details you're going to love.
Yes, absolutely. A big thank you to my fans, my supporters. Obama, they're here with us, hanging on my every word, waiting for what I've got in store. My level 2 abilities, let me tell you folks, these are truly tremendous powers, big league stuff. This level up, it's going to be a huge upgrade for this campaign.
Hey, I'm with Donnie on that. We've got some surprises ready, so buckle up. I mean, not literally, unless you want to.
Well, I'm with Barack. Before we get into any of that good stuff, I just want to thank all you out there who threw me some catchphrase ideas. Loved him. I just need Jeff to give us some more combat so I can give someone a whirl. Now let's get to the serious stuff, shall we?
Welcome all to my table on this fine evening. Donald, Joe, I'm genuinely delighted to see just how eager you two are. Level 2 is a fun little jump, isn't it? Never an issue to take an appropriate moment to thank those who come with us every week. But since you two boys are so raring to go, how about rolling your health increases while you tell us about these new powers of yours?
Tremendous, though between you and me, level 2 isn't quite the most amazing jump for a sorcerer. Still, there's a bit in it for me.
Not that great. You're getting meta magic. Wait, you had meta magic last session, didn't you? How does that work?
Secrets, Aristas, just like making deals in business or gambling at any fabulous Trump casino. You don't show every card you're holding, not until you need to. So yes, I have some meta magic and extra spell slot, and that's big. But as for spells themselves, I've already got the ones I need. Adding another level 1 spell? Not exactly thrilling.
Oh, really? That's actually interesting, Donald. I can't wait to see the surprises you and Jeff have been clearly cooking.
I am only just getting started, but I know you and I would be more surprised if you didn't also have something fun planned for Aristas.
Thank you for those insights, Donald. Now, what health increase are you aiming for this level? Playing it safe with the average, or are you going to roll?
Do you need to ask?
Luck is always on my side, Jeff, so I will roll. D8, right? Yes? No, it's only a 3. Come on, give me another go.
Lol.
So much for luck, Trumpy. Let's see what I can manage. D6 here, and bam, that's a 6. Plus my modifiers, I'm at a nice 7 additional health this level up. And I'm not done yet. Got myself another spell slot in the arcane tradition.
Wait, let me guess, divination. No,
Now something more destructive.
You've gone for chronomancy.
Nice try. Divination, or maybe chronomancy would be great and interesting wizard options, but for this campaign, I'm going evocation. That gives me some spell sculpting abilities with area effects so I can keep you guys from accidentally becoming collateral damage when I need a big spell. No friendly fire wizard trope here.
Hey, I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast Fireball. I'm hoping we find a sweet dungeon where you finally get to say that. I really look forward to going room by room and clearing baddies.
Well, knowing this campaign, I dare say there will be plenty of dungeons fit for that moment should the party seek them out. George, while you are on a roll, why don't you give us a little rundown on your level up next?
Oh, level 2 is pretty sweet for a barbarian, Jeff. Danger sense, so I've got advantage on any dex saves if I can see the threat coming, and of course reckless attack. Advantage on all attacks at the cost of that back at me for all attacks if I choose to go wild.
Advantage on all attacks? Now that's something. You're going to be using that all the time.
All strength-based melee attacks.
Haha, probably. Let's see if Donovan can get fairy fire up for us. Maybe I won't need it every time. But it's nice to have in the back pocket.
Hey, how much health are you getting this level, big guy?
Hold your horses, oh right, yeah, good point. Rolling it now. That's an 11, which brings me up to 14 more health for this level.
That's my total health pool in 1 level up.
Hey, you're made of glass, Obama. I got an wow. Okay, 10. Maximum health. That's 12 health. Guess I might be unbreakable.
You've got to be kidding me. I get a measly 3 and Joey gets max health? No way that's right, folks. No way. This has to be rigged.
Dry those tears, Don. Joey, aside from the health, anything new at level 2 for a fighter?
Let me check it. Hey, I get action surge. Sounds pretty fancy. Let's see if I can figure out what it actually does.
It, in a nutshell, gives you an extra whole action on your turn once per short rest. Donald, you ever get jealous of the martial classes and how they get to regenerate most of their abilities on a short rest?
One little snooze and I'm right as rain.
Yeah, I guess. I am pretty happy with my class. Wouldn't want to be playing a martial. If I was maybe a paladin or a barbarian like Taurus, it could be okay, I guess. And Joe, careful what you say about one quick nap. Last one you took was in 2020 and you still haven't woken up.
Splendid. Now that we're all leveled and ready, are we good to dive into the next chapter of this tale?
Oh yes, please, let's get this show on the road.
Absolutely, let's get to it.
My turn for the recap, correct? All right, here's what we've gotten ourselves into. We started out all independently answering a call from the Akedemik, a shadowy figure so charming yet mysterious, he hired us to track down ancient artifacts, things of immense value and supposedly great power. We weren't given a lot of details at first, just the promise of gold, the thrill of adventure, and I suspect more than a few riddles along the way. First...
There's a plush red velvet armchair with a slight squeak when you lean back. And that smell. The pages, the parchment, a hint of dust mixed with, let's call it nostalgia. Yes, yes. And then there, almost blending into the morning's drowsy light, is the Akedemik. Ah, he's rather the sight, isn't he? A wizened figure slumped in that tall, precarious chair, peering over the rims of his round spectacles, though with each passing second he seems a bit closer to nodding off entirely. His head drifts, ever so slightly like a leaf in slow motion, under the ever-watchful eyes of his bodyguard. There is an awkward moment where you are unsure if you should say something, but after a moment the giant half-elf, his bodyguard Electron, clears his throat and the elderly elf stirs.
Ah, so here you are then. Came back to see me after all. Thought there was something different with you when you walked in yesterday. Quite the deed you've done, returning not just yourselves, but 4 of my crew. A fine surprise, given the state of that wretched ship. I'd say that's quite a feat, so... What exactly was it that had so many of my men meeting their end?
A sea serpent, sir. Or at least that's my best guess. It wasn't a typical encounter, and I'm no master of beasts.
Yeah, and I am an expert. Real, classic big old sea serpent. You know, your standard giant water snake with a bad attitude.
A sea serpent, you say?
The Akedemik sits up now, taking each of you in with a sharp, scrutinizing gaze.
Sea serpents. That's not a beast any ordinary crew holds off easily. You've managed it unexpected, yet, yes, rather effective. Of course I don't do grand displays of gratitude, so don't come to expect them. You've earned your reward, and more importantly, your continued employment, which I'd say is worth a good deal in itself, wouldn't you? Yes, I am. Let's call it grateful that you put yourselves at such risk. Those men have some worth, and I know the family and folks on the island will be ready to shower you in thanks and praise. And as for the serpent, well, one less of those in the sea, the better for all of us. Very odd indeed one reared its head. I thought they were all but extinct, and so close to shore. Curious.
He leans forward in his chair, his sharp eyes giving each of you a final assessing glance before easing back into the shadowed nook, fingers tapping gently along the chair's arm, calculating his next words.
Now, I don't expect you'll grow complacent. There are still items unaccounted for, artifacts of significant interest to me, and no doubt you're curious as well. I can see so many questions written on your faces. But we'll get to that in due course. In the meantime,
he pauses, his gaze lifting toward the morning light filtering into the room.
I am due for breakfast, and so are you. Come now, let's not waste daylight.
Listen up, sir. There's been a theft. Last night someone stole my belongings right out from under my nose. This can't stand.
Ah, Mr. Tiberius, yes, you say there's been a theft, a troubling development indeed, this world of ours. Well, it has a way of reminding us, doesn't it? Possessions, especially those of material worth, are fickle things. One moment they're ours, the next, well, they belong to someone else. There's a lesson in it, I think, to hold tightly to something is often to miss the larger flow. You took it, it left you. Perhaps in the end it was never really anyone's but the world's to begin with. As they say, the tides return what the waves take away. Now, if I were you, I'd take it as a sign to release it. Go on. Save your energy for what's truly ahead. Perhaps, Donovan, let this one flow away as it will. Now, I'd recommend a hearty breakfast instead of running about after some petty theft. It will turn up, or it won't.
Hang on. What?
At this moment, Thakia strolls in, balancing 2 plates expertly in one hand, while tucking a dish rag into her back pocket with the other. The first plate finds its way into Donovan's lap with a playful wink. A large pile of scrambled eggs, much like what your companions enjoyed outside, fills the plate. But it's the Akedemik's plate that steals the show. A bright, glittering blue egg, almost sapphire-like, gleams atop his breakfast.
Perfect timing, my dear. I've been looking forward to this, thank you. Now, friends, I know your minds must be brimming with questions, especially about what comes next. For that, though, I'll need you to hold off at least until I finish my breakfast. Let's start with something quick, please.
What exactly were they doing on that ship?
That's your first question?
All right then, Mr. Smart Guy, what would you have asked?
Simple. I'd ask, where's my reward? And what's my bonus for such outstanding work?
Hang on. Did he say bonus? We're getting one of those?
A fair question indeed. Mr. Tiberius, always the shrewd negotiator, always the astute businessman. You will indeed receive a bonus for what you have told me. You see, I am a broker of many things. Antiquities, artifacts, and information are 3 of my most frequented. You see, you have not only returned 2 of my men in relatively good condition and 2 more in the best condition you could have. Just so you know, both are expected to be back at work in a few days.
Wait, you're saying they'll be fit for work in a few days? They were at death's door.
Yeah, those guys were in rough shape. A few days seems optimistic. A few days, really?
Yes. Back to repayment, I can see Mr. Tiberius shaking.
Hey, no, that's not true.
You see, in this adventure and in each quest I send you on, recounting your deeds will be part of the task, alongside retrieving whatever item I seek. Telling me of the serpent and your bravery will indeed be rewarded.
But, sir, we didn't exactly spill the whole story to you, did we?
Didn't you? Last night and this morning you were very eager to tell everyone in earshot about the gruesome and graphic details of your encounter. So many, in fact, I might not have believed them if my crew wasn't able to verify every detail. What else were you doing for telling my regular patrons in my bar, even if not telling me directly is as if a whisper in my ear? For everything today I will award you a sizable bonus indeed. Consider it part reward and part incentive to join my crew. What did I say I would pay you? 30 gold.
Yes, that's it.
It was actually 28.7 each. And you say I have the bad memory.
For information rescue and recovery, I shall reward you 40 gold each, and you may keep the tools and equipment you salvage from my ship. Mr. Tiberius, I understand you also had to use a healing potion as part of your adventure. Normally costs aren't covered, but given this is the start of our budding relationship, let me replace it for you. Back to you all now. If you sign the contract, it will guarantee you a room and all meals and drink whenever you are here.
Well, hot damn, what a deal.
Excellent, sir. Thank you. Very generous.
The elderly elf is most of the way through his egg now, and Aristos, you notice there is a subtle change in his demeanor.
How so, Jeff?
He is looking more sprightly and energetic with each mouthful.
Interesting. Mr. Akedemik.
Ah, so I'm the Mr. Akedemik now, am I? Quite a curious title, I must say.
Noted. Speaking of the tools, something about that ship seemed, let's just say, more prepared than the usual fishing boat.
Mr. Lightbringer, may I ask how many fishing ships have you had the chance to inspect? A regular sight in the Athenian libraries, I'm sure. Ah, but my ships are built for, let's call it broader pursuits. Not all fishing vessels are quite as they seem. Over time, you may come to appreciate what these vessels are equipped to handle.
All right, so what was that ship really doing out there?
You may need to listen closer, Aristos. I already told you they were fishing.
All righty, so what do you need from us? You mentioned something about contracts and quests.
You see, by now he's polished off most of his eggs and he's looking nearly finished.
I'm right there with him, clean plate here.
Now then, my friends, if you'll indulge an old scholar's musings a moment longer, I believe our little gathering here has come to a fitting purpose. You've shown yourselves resourceful, resilient, but what lies ahead will require more. I'm setting you on a path carved only once and none have dared to follow. 12 feats of strength, cunning, and grit. But where the ancient hero Hercules had to walk this path alone, you will walk it as a united team, able to draw on all your individual strengths. Fail to do this, and you will all perish. In these pages, I've outlined a contract, my standard contract, straightforward mostly. 12 labors lie ahead, each with its own artifact, and each, no doubt, with a price. You'll find compensation fair and variable, but only if you complete these quests under the terms I've laid out. And make no mistake, these artifacts belong here on this island in my care and able to be studied. I won't keep you from other tasks. This isn't a chain after all, but any venture of yours must yield to the labors. You must understand this is of the utmost importance. There will be times where I have gaps in my information and you will be completely free, but others when I need you to move as if the weight of the world rests on your shoulders like Atlas, because I fear it may. You'll find this quest changes you, the burdens will press upon you, temper you, and yes, there is danger, likely death for the unlucky, and no guarantee of riches, fame, or celebration beyond what you see before you. Hercules was a man who transcended mortal limits, not through strength alone, but through will, purpose, and a certain acceptance of fate. Should you accept, perhaps you too will find yourselves closer to, well, the truth of what we all seek. That, I think, is reason enough. So what say you? Shall we walk in the footsteps of legends?
For more of this kind of money? Definitely.
Yeah, sounds right up my alley.
I can see the weight of this quest, and with that level of experience to gain, how could I refuse?
Guess that means we're all in, huh?
Turn by turn, you all skim read and sign the contract in front of you. From what you read, the promises he made are listed.
Now then, if you'll indulge me a moment longer, I believe you've come to understand that our purpose here is indeed fitting, that your strengths are uniquely suited to what I have in mind. And so I have a task, or rather the first. You'll be familiar with the legend of the Nemean Lion. What is familiar for most is the unbreakable nature of the lion's hide. Its skin and mane remain impervious to damage and fire. What was less commonly discussed is how Hercules managed to strangle the lion. Many say it was his bare hands, but it's my belief that he, in fact, made an unbreakable rope, a piece of lore from the gods woven from the hair of Hera herself. Ironic as it was her curse that originally pushed him to his insanity. A most fascinating artifact, this rope. Not easily found, not easily won. You'll need to track it down, and I'll tell you plainly it won't be lying about for the taking. No, to acquire this prize, you must first face its guardian, a rumored return of another Nemean Lion. Not a mere beast, mind you, but one of unusual strength at the very least. A secondary task I would pay handsomely for is if you don't just kill the creature, but to skin it and return with its pelt, a feat worthy of Hercules himself. Now, as for your transport, I've arranged a passage for you. A ferry to Athens departs shortly and can wait, should you need to gather yourselves. If you're well prepared, you can board today, but if not, there's a second ferry on the morrow. Either way, you'll have a direct route to the mainland. A necessary step, as I expect your journeys will take you across sea and land alike before long. There it is, your task set. Retrieve the rope and begin your path. Ah, yes, the path of the greatest of all legends, but only should you choose it.
Wow, fellas. Just wasn't expecting that level of commitment so early, but here we are.
Well, I gotta say, I agree with Bixby. I wasn't sure what was coming, but this. Definitely didn't see that coming.
The legend of Hercules himself. Been dreaming of that challenge my whole life. Count me in.
You are already signed up.
All right, but tell me this, what exactly is the reward for these Herculean tasks? Let's get down to the brass tacks.
One final last question then. If you can return me the rope, it will be 200 gold pieces. The pelt of the lion would be 1,000 more, and the lion alive if you can manage to subdue and transport it. I would pay 5 times that. This is a group wage, mind.
You have yourself a deal, huh?
Wait, no haggling? Just like that?
I know a good deal when I see it. 5,000 gold pieces is a small fortune. I could buy myself another hotel or two with that.
Yeah, that would be a lot of arrows. I can't even imagine.
All right then, with our contract signed and our mindset, should we head down to the docks?
Yeah, let's go bag us a lion. I love a good monster hunt.
Jeff, as we make our way down to the dock, I want to bring up one important topic. All right, listen up, team. I think we should consider pooling our gold. Shared resources mean we can afford bigger items, more supplies, and plan our moves better. You know, strength and unity and all that. It's usually what's done in D&D, and I don't think we need to change.
Yeah, I'm with Aristos on that one. When we're together, we're stronger, and so is our stash. All for one, one for all, right?
Exactly. We're in this together makes sense. Our gold should be too. Plus, I'd like some spare arrows for the next run-in with a monster, you know.
You have plenty of arrows. You got more yesterday and used what, like 5? But Aristos, hold on, let's not get carried away here. Now, I have no problem contributing, but there's no way I'm dumping my tremendous wealth into a shared pot. I worked for this gold. I earned it. Unless I hold on to that pot.
There is no way I trust you with our savings. Good chance you spend it all on protecting yourself.
And if you take it, you'll spend it frivolously like you did with taxpayer funds. No understanding of business, no understanding of wealth. I earned my money.
Donald, we all earned it. The idea is that it's easier to cover our expenses as a group if we're all invested equally. It's normal for a D&D party.
Yeah, but you'll just have to trust me here. I think it's wiser that I hold on to my gold. Let's call it an independent reserve. I'll chip in when we need it.
An independent reserve? Donald, we're a party. This isn't a solo quest.
Exactly, Donnie. How am I supposed to know if you're actually chipping in your fair share?
Easy, Joe, because when I spend it, it'll be worth it. I don't skimp. Besides, I don't think it's fair to take all I've got and just toss it into the same pot with everyone else's smaller shares.
Smaller shares? You do realize that without us, you wouldn't have been able to bring in any reward at all, right? You really think you can manage every expense alone?
I'll contribute, Aristos, but I'm managing my money, not letting it get lost in the mix. Trust me, keeping some on the side can only be an advantage.
Man, you're making it sound like a retirement fund. This is party gold for the party.
Fine, he can hold his gold. But Donald, you're still chipping in like the rest of us for anything we all need. This whole party moves together. And you're not about to let us down because you're holding out for a better deal, are ya?
Deal. I'll be generous with my wealth. When it counts, you'll see.
All right, we're settled then. We contribute equally when the party needs it. Just make sure you remember that, Donald. For the rest of us, let's pool our gold. That's 120 gold. You both okay with me holding it?
Yep, that's fine with me.
Yeah, okay.
With that, the party heading to the boat, ready to set sail on the first formal quest. I will end the session here. So folks, that's going to wrap it up for today. I am really excited to explore this world with you and see what adventures and chaos we can create together. I warn you players, the tutorial is over. The proverbial gloves are off. From here out, it will be hard-fought battles and ongoing world plot. Don't blink at the wrong time or you may find yourself in dire circumstances.
To the fans at home, thank you for tuning in so regularly. We really appreciate it. Obama, I thought you had some things to say?
Always want to take the time to thank the commenters who take the time to share in jokes and stories from their own games below, sharing thought and opinions, but also those who like each session. That really helps drive the algorithm, and of course to all our subscribers who tune in regularly and have been with us since the start.
I have a question.
What is it, Sleepy Joe?
I got a question. What got you into Greek mythology, guys? Was it some show, a book, or a game, maybe? I'd love to know. Talking to the fans here.
Joey only asks because he was there. He wants to know if you read about him.
I would also like to thank my fans. So many people write in and comment on what they think I will get up to each session. Trust me, guys, I have the best fans, the best commenters. It's truly tremendous.
Thank you again.
Thanks, folks.
See y'all later.